Hello friends, today I'm going to show you how to create a web-based brightness controller or web-based VWM controller using ESP8266 module. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Alright friend, in order to do this, we have to connect the LED's positive to the D0, this pin, and the ground to this pin or either this pin. Alright, let's connect that right now. So this is the LED. As you can see, I have a 220 ohms resistor in order to protect this microcontroller from the LED if it's draw too much power. This resistor limits the current. Alright, so that's the positive side. So let's connect this positive side into T0. Alright, so let me get this one. So this is my positive here, right? So this is the positive. As you can see, the resistor connects here. Now let's get the ground one. So as you can see, the ground is this one. So let's connect the ground to that one, right, like this. Alright, now it's connected. Now let's go ahead and do the necessary programming. Alright, let's go. So hello friends, let's do the programming part now. So I'm going to get the basic HTTP server for this one. So let's go to example and go to ESP8266 web server and get the hello server. Alright, so this will be our new project. So let me close the others except this one, and first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the way that the Wi-Fi access point works. Alright, so let me go ahead and remove the everything. Alright, so I don't need this one and this one. Alright, so I set this one to 16. So 16 is the LED that we connected to D0. So the D0 pin identified as 16. Alright, so that's there. Right, so let me delete this content in the handling root function. Alright, and I don't want this kind of descriptive messages in the 404, so I just send server.send. So that is 404, so that will do it. So LED output, this one correct, so this one also correct, so LED initialized to 0. Alright, so Wi-Fi mode. Now here I'm going to change the Wi-Fi mode and I remove this one. Alright, so let me go ahead and remove this. Alright, so Wi-Fi dot soft AP. Alright, so SSID and password. So my SSID is PWM and password is PWM at 123456. Alright, and I'm not going to need any of these because I know the static IP address of this server, that is 192.168.4.1. Alright, and I'm not going to change that. So I keep the handle root and I don't need the inline thing. Alright, so I also don't need the GIFs. Alright, so not found should be there. Alright, so this one I leave it as it is, and this MDNS also I don't need. Alright, now let's declare two variables. Alright, one is for the PWM brightness control, so let's declare that one. So unsigned integer, that is PWM, now initially set to 0, also a boolean one, PWM refresh. Now it's going to be false at the initial stage. Alright, now this one is the actual PWM value of the controller. Alright, so it's from 0 to 1023. Alright, and this one gets true when we handle the pwm refresh command. Alright, so this one updates from the server. So if it's updated, then we are going to refresh and it's set to false. So now let's implement that logic in the loop function. So first we are going to check whether if the pwm refresh, if it's true, then first thing we are going to do is set it false, then do analog write. So LED comma the PWM value. Alright, so let's check initially how this thing works. Alright, so let me go ahead and check the PWM to, let's say, 670 and PWM refresh to true. Alright, so let's go ahead and upload this code. So as you can see, now it's uploading. So don't worry about this LED in the D0 pin. In upload state, the pin gets high, so the LED turns on. So don't worry about that. So when we are going to the run mode, everything will be okay. Alright, so as you can see, 92%. So now it's 100. Alright, as you can see, we have another blue LED and also the yellow LED turns on. Alright, so let me explain what happens there. Alright, so the blue LED is internally in the board of this Node MCU board. Alright, but the external LED connected is the yellow one, and it's connected like the positive side into the D0 pin and the negative side goes to the ground. However, in the internal LED, it is connected the positive side into the plus 5 volt or 3.3 volt, and the ground is connected to the pin. So if we send 0 or if we write 0 here, the yellow LED will turn off. That is because the pin is in ground state and the positive of the blue LED is 5 volt and the ground is in the GPIO 16th pin. So the LED will light up, but our yellow LED will turn off. That is because the plus of this LED in the pin is set to GND. So that will going to turn off the LED. So I changed the code. Now let me show you what do I mean by that. Alright, so now it's uploading again. Alright, as you can see, now when the PWM is 0, that means the pulse is completely ground, so no positive sides. Blue LED will turn on. Alright, that is because the connection of the blue LED. But if I set to 1023 here and upload this one, so as you can see, now the yellow LED is completely bright. On the other hand, the blue LED is completely turned off. So the thing is, now the positive side is up and no negative side. So that's why we have the yellow LED. So now let me remove this code here. So now let me save this somewhere else. So that's web PWM. Right, now let's start by adding the jQuery script. Alright, so when it comes to jQuery, I already discussed how to create a rich web pages, or how to embed rich web pages in ESP8266 in a couple of previous videos. So I rather recommend you to go ahead and check out those videos. So I also put those videos in the description. So let me go ahead and put the jQuery. So I'm going to use a jQuery function like jq. Alright, now I'm going to declare a variable, so not that is, this is prog mem. Alright, so static JQRY. So this is program. So I'm going to use a special string function here. So that is R and 1 2 3 4 5 open bracket 1 2 3 and close bracket 1 2 3 4 5. The content in the jQuery goes between these two braces. So let me go ahead and copy the jQuery here. All right. So notice if you watch my previous program video, here I'm going to do small change. So in that video I send server.send and this variable, all right, but here I'm going to use a different one. So that's the recommended one. So I'm going to use server.send send underscore capital P. Now I'm going to use send 200, that means HTTP OK, and the content type for this one is text / JavaScript, and the variable is JQRY. Alright, now I send the jQuery by this one. Alright, now we have to add the handling part for that one. So I'm going to use server.on. So /JQ goes to, that is JQ. Alright, now let me save that. So let's go ahead and check whether that one correct. Alright, so let's upload that. So as you can see, no errors, it's uploading. Okay, now let me connect to that PWM AP. Alright, so in my host machine I'm going to connect to PWM. Alright, now since my VM uses NAT, I should be able to access to that URL when my host machine gets connected. So let's go ahead and check that right now. So the IP for the server will be 192.168.1. So here we don't have anything. That is because we don't send anything in the handle root method. So let's go ahead and get the JQ here. Alright, so if we JQ, so as you can see, we have successfully retrieved the jQuery. So let's go ahead and implement the main page. Alright, so now let's get this handle root section. Alright, so again this is static. So I'm just going to use the same one here, the program. And again server.send P 200, and this is text HTML. So the variable is HTML. Alright, so this will give you a empty web page. So now let's go ahead and construct the web page. Alright, I'm just going to create the base here, and let me get the doc type tag. Alright, so let's put some meta tag, so to set the viewport. Alright, so now we have the meta tag initialized. Alright, so let's set the title here. Alright, so the speed up your control. Okay, now in the body tag we need a slider. All right, slider. Now slider, I'm going to use a basic slider. I'm not going to use any CSS decoration in the slider. All right, I'm just going to use a basic slider. So let me go ahead and create the slider here. All right, so let me go ahead and copy and paste the slider code. So as you can see, I have a style for this, get this one to 100% width of the page. That's the only style, and the ID is set. So the minimum and maximum, that is important. So the minimum PWM is 0 and the maximum PWM value is 1023. All right, now so that's the slide. All right, so now we need to call some functions of JavaScript in order to complete this. All right, so let me go ahead and copy the JavaScript from the page I already have. All right, so this is the JavaScript code. So as you can see, I have to get the implement these two. All right, so and also I have let's comment that's for now. So let's do that one by one here. All right, so if I change the scroll, this method gets fired, this jQuery method gets fired. So this on input change, now it's set to function. So the function input change, now it comes to this, so it goes to refresh. All right, so the refresh function is a simple function. All right, so we get a value called PWM and get the value from this scroll bar. All right, and we obviously call a post method in server. Now this is URL encoded method. No, this is not a JSON string, so therefore we need to specify it as a key and value pair. Alright, so this is CTRL will be our key and the PWM will be the value that we retrieve from this scroll bar. Alright, so as you can see, we also need to create this endpoint in the ESP8266 server. Alright, now let's go ahead. Now first let's see whether this web page actually works. So let me go ahead and compile this. Alright, looks like I missed some braces here, so let's see what's going on. So now you can see that it's uploading. Okay, now let's connect to the PWM in the host machine. Alright, so let me connect there. As you can see, the VMs, the internet network connection get reset now. Okay, right now it's connected. Let's see the refresh. Alright, we already have the jQuery, so let me remove this one. So as you can see, I have a basic scroll bar that's 0, that goes from 0 to 1023. So if we debug this and if we go to console, as you can see, okay, we have to get the jQuery endpoint set up. Alright, so that's why we got these errors. So let's go ahead and correct those errors. So we have to go for JQ here. So let me go ahead and copy the script for that. Alright, so here's the script. So this is basically script tag opening and closing, and it refers to the JQ endpoint from this server. Alright, so now we have our basic slider going on. Now let's create this method. Alright, so that is to refresh the PWM. Alright, so let's go ahead and create that one. So here I'm going to use void. So this is set PWM, and first I'm going to check whether the method is post or not. If it's not HTTP post, I'm just going to return 405, that is method not allowed, and just return. If not, so I'm going to use the, I'm converting the PWM value, so A to I, that is ASCII to integer macro. So input is server arg. Now arg means the arguments that we passed from the post method, so post parameters, and this one is for key. So the key will be this one, CTRL. Alright, so the key is CTRL, so I'm going to CTRL here. Alright, so I close this one and close that. Alright, so now we have PWM. Now, like we did from the beginning, we set the PWM and we set the PWM refresh to true. Alright, so let's see whether this one works or not. So now let me go ahead and upload this one. Looks like we have a problem there. So alright, so I forgot this one. So this returns a string, so we need to, so that A to I request a constant char pointer or character array. So let's convert it to CSTR. So string to CSTR. Now it should work. So as you can see, now it's uploading. Right now, as you can see, the blue LED is turned on. Now let me connect to our PWM Wi-Fi access point in the host machine, and let's go to this 192.168.4.1 IP address to control the PWM. So if I refresh this, as you can see, we don't have any more $not found errors. So if I control this, so it seems that we have a small error here. Alright, we forgot to add the on call. Alright, so this one we forgot. Alright, so let's add this one, server.on. so this is PWM, it should goes to set underscore PWM. So this will do. Right now it's completely uploaded. Now let's go to the access point. Alright, I connected to access point. So as you can see, now it's completely zero. So it seems that we are having a little bit of a delay down there. So let's go ahead and see why it's happening. So if I get the network here, so as you can see, it waits some time. I believe the problem is, okay, I think I know the problem. The problem is this code. Alright, so we check this to true, but we never send back anything, so that's why we get delayed. So server.send 200, that means okay. Now this should work without any problem. Alright, now let me connect to the access point. You know the drill, access point and refresh. Okay. So as you can see, now there's a smooth change. Alright. So as you can see, smoothly. Also I note that when this one is completely high, you see only the yellow LED, but if we crank this all the way down, you can see only the blue LED. So if we go ahead, and as you can see, so since I am doing this in the virtual machine, there's a small network delay. That's why you see this delay. If I try this in the host machine, let's see whether we can do the same in the host machine. Alright friends, so now I am in my host machine. So let me go ahead and go to that endpoint URL. So as you can see, I have this one. So now as you can see, now I have a completely smooth transition between the LEDs. Alright, so this is 0 all the way to ground, So all the way to 0 is blue LED, all the way to 1023 is yellow LED. In between is you can see the both there. Alright, so now there's a small problem. Before we end this video, let's correct that. So if I get a new tab like this and I paste this one, as you can see this start from the very middle. So if I assume that I'm going like this, so if I get a new one, so I start from here. If I click this, suddenly this jumps to the center point. Alright, now let's correct that in our code. Alright, so let me go ahead and switch to my virtual machine. Alright friends, we are back in virtual machine. So as you can see, I have the non-smooth transition going on. So let me go ahead and correct the previous value loading issue. Alright, so let me uncomment this one. Alright, so as you can see, we need a method called GPWM. Alright, so let's go ahead and create it. Alright, so that is to get the current PWM value. Alright, notice I'm going to use server.send. That is because this is not a program variable. Alright, now this will be plain text, not JSON, right? So the variable is RET, so that's it. So now let me add the on section, otherwise we are going to trouble. So the endpoint we are looking for is not this one, so GPWM. So server dot on, so GPWM is get PWM. Alright, so let's discuss what this does. Alright, so at the loading of the page, this one gets executed and it's calls to this GPWM endpoint. Alright, so this endpoint just return a raw text value of the current PWM value, and that is set to this det variable, and we are going to set the value in our scroll bar using jQuery by using this method. So this is the selector for the scroll, and we set its value by calling the whirl function, or rather whirl method, and passing the dat. Alright, so if I compile this, and before we do anything, let's call GPWM in our web browser to see what we get. Alright, as you can see now we have the 0 PWM. So let's go ahead and fire up the Firefox, and in the meantime let me connect to the access point. Alright, so now let's go ahead and check 192.168.1.4 sorry, not this is 4.1/GPWM. So as you can see, we get 0. Alright, so if we go ahead and change there, notice I get this one also 0. Alright, so if I increase this, so if I refresh this, so as you can see, I get 692. So if I open another page and get this, so as you can see, I get the last value. Alright, so as you can see, I don't have the smooth transition. That is because I'm in VM. Alright, so as you saw when I'm in host machine, I get the smooth transition. Alright, so that's how you create a web-based brightness controlling or web-based PWM controller. So we can use this PWM controller to do anything now, because of our basic frame is completed here. So we can use this PWM controller to control PWM in or anything like LEDs or incandescent lamps or motors, so anything you can do. Now with that being said, so I hope you enjoyed this concept, and I hope you enjoy the video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, that is Fun Text with Hashan. And also don't forget to click the bell icon so you will get notified when I uploaded a new video. So with that being said, thank you very much and thanks for watching. Stay safe and have a nice week.